Well, let's be fair. The demand rebound came very, very sudden. And in a lot of cases, we still had quite a significant number of restrictions in place, almost removed overnight. It would have been much more helpful if we knew what governments were thinking in advance and they gave us some advance warning. I think it's also fair to say that, people's attitude to employment has changed through these 2 years. Not just for people in the aviation industry, but in all industries. The concept of working from home, flexible working condition, very, very different to what we've seen before. And unfortunately, the airline industry can't really offer that advantage. Pilots have to be present. Cabin crew have to be present. People loading the bags have to be at the airport. So we can't offer the same flexibility as other industries have been able to offer, which means that, it will be more challenging for us to attract talent. But one of the things we'll be concentrating at our AGM is we as an industry need to do better on gender diversity. We're still seen, and in fact the reality of our industry is it is male dominated. And you can't compete for talent if 50% of the population doesn't see you as a viable option for a career, and particularly convincing people at a very young age that aviation is an exciting, challenging industry to be part of. So yes, this is a challenge for us, but actually I see some opportunities for the industry as well.
So what's your message to the flying public when they see a sea of luggage at airports, for example, all being unclaimed? They're seeing flight cancellations, major delays right now as well. I mean, this is unacceptable in a way because the aviation industry has been asking for this and yet they were unprepared. But
it's not the aviation industry. Now let's be clear, and this is important. We're seeing it at isolated airports and isolated airlines. It's not everywhere.
Gatwick's not isolated.
But that's one airport. So when I challenged another reporter, list the airports that have seen problems, people will point to Gatwick, Heathrow, Amsterdam and Dublin, and then they go quiet. There's 4 airports. There are thousands of airports in the world. Not every airport is experiencing problems. And even those 4 airports are not experiencing problems every day of the week. And I've flown through them all. I joined the queue like everybody else. I have not experienced any difficulties. Yes, the queues may be a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But the images you've seen are isolated images. And we saw these images before this crisis. I've been in the industry long enough to remember headlines in newspapers about chaos at airports. So I think, yes, we want to do better, and yes, we will do better. But I would, strongly urge consumers looking at the opportunity to fly to reflect on the fact that this isn't happening everywhere. And in the vast majority of cases, flights are operating on schedule, without disruption, without any problems at the airport. And, I think you can look forward to enjoying the experience of flying again.